Warm Bodies just came out last weekend. It did $20 million in the box office, just blew everything else away. But you also have to realize that's the only movie that came out last weekend. And the other movies came out in January, and they sucked. So Warm Bodies, directed by someone who literally looks like he's 17 and has only worked on one other movie before, 50-50, Jonathan Levine. And when this movie is geared towards 17-year-olds, that makes you wonder, how old is this guy really? No, but seriously, this movie is geared towards teens. If you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s or 70s, you're probably not going to enjoy this movie at all. Basically, the movie's about this zombie who really wants more in life, and then he meets this girl, and instead of eating her brains like a normal zombie would do, he falls in love with her, and he takes her home, and he keeps her safe, and he starts becoming human again. Even though that's physically impossible. I mean, zombies don't have blood. So what does it matter if the heart's beating? There's no blood. It's a super weird twist on Romeo and Juliet. Zombie's name is R. Girl's name's Julie. You get the picture. There's even a weird balcony scene similar to the play. Now there's two categories in which the film was above average. First, the cinematography. Javier Aguirre-Sarrobe, I mean his name is even cool, has done some pretty cool stuff in the past. He's done movies like The 5-Year Engagement. Cinematography that really draws out the appropriate emotions. I mean, there's so many cool camera angles, several really interesting POV shots. Overall, it's really impressive. Lots of original shots, lots of cool lighting to boost those shots. Overall, really well done. The second thing that this movie is above average in is being called things that it's really not. It's not The Twilight for zombie lovers. On the other hand, it's not a movie that a post-apocalyptic zombie movie lover can take his girlfriend to and they both enjoy it. Because the entire time, the post-apocalyptic zombie movie lover is going to be sitting there thinking, that wouldn't happen in the real apocalypse. The real zombie wouldn't be doing that. What is that zombie? That's not a zombie, that's just a skeleton creature. If you can overcome the hurdle of the fact that this movie does not have real zombies in it, you'll like this movie. Going over to the Crave scale, it's a spin-off of a story that's been around for hundreds of years. It's been used in tons of different movies, but it's a 7 out of 10 because it's a cool little spin. No one else has done Romeo and Juliet in the post-apocalyptic world, where Juliet's dad not only hates Romeo, but shoots him like 3 times. So going over to number 2, acting. Teresa Palmer's only been in movies geared directly towards teens, like I Am Number 4 or The Sorcerer's Apprentice, so you really shouldn't expect much from her because no one else does either. Nicholas Hoult, on the other hand, I was a little disappointed. I mean, I saw him as Hank McCoy / the Beast in X-Men First Class, and I was like, this guy's pretty good. In this movie, I was like, you can't even pretend to be a zombie for more than 2 seconds without coming out of character. It's really a 5 out of 10. Number 3, music. They actually got a pretty good composer for this. Marco Beltrami. He did stuff like The Hurt Locker, I Am Robot, all that kind of stuff. Not super big blockbuster movies, but still pretty well done soundtrack-wise. But overall, it's like a 6 out of 10 because wasn't even his greatest score. Seems like no one really wanted to do their best on this movie. Technical aspects of this stuff, that's like a 10 out of 10. I mean, the cinematography for this movie really makes up for anything else that you miss in this movie. Now the message. Love prevails. Love can restart a dead heart even though there's no blood in the body, so it really doesn't matter. If the message is love always prevails and can start life again, it's a 7 out of 10. If the message is anything else, it was lost on me. Sorry.